it through this. And my point in that is this, is that you almost have to take on the attitude that there is no other option, that you've got to do whatever it takes to get yourself to the next level on here. And most people that I know that have gotten themselves to the next level certainly have that attitude. Whereas most people are not willing to take whatever it takes attitude. You can hear it in their language. You can see it in their eye contact. You can hear it in their voice tone. And you can feel the fear that comes up. You can see it in their writing. And they just get uncomfortable and kind of all weirded out. And it's like, oh, I got to get out of my comfort zone, and I don't want to do this. And by the way, we all have this, right? I have this. You have this. Because we all have comfort zones. Many times we start to step out of it, it gets uncomfortable on here. So, but the thing that's kind of funny about that is that we also all think that our situations are special, that no one else really understands, and that if someone really just understood how bad my situation was or your situation was, they would never expect me to take on a whatever it takes attitude. I mean, I've got too many kids, I've got a job, I'm stressed out, blah, blah, blah. How can I possibly take on a whatever it takes attitude? Well, I come back and say that's exactly at the point when you need to, and those are exactly the reasons that you need to do that in order to get yourself to the next level on here. So I honestly believe, from my perspective at this point in my life, that you must be willing to do whatever it takes to get yourself to the next level. You've got to do whatever it takes. Now, who's willing to do whatever it takes is on the phone call tonight?
I am. I am.
There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now, I'd like you now to go to slide 7. On slide 7, you're going to see a YouTube video. Don't start it yet. It's only a 25-second video. Now, this video is an awareness test. Okay? We're all going to go through this and experience this together for those of you who are online. So what I'd like you to do first is just put your mouse over the play button. And what we're going to do before we start play is that what I want you to do is you can see on here we've got 8 basketball players. And I want you to focus on the basketball players that are in white uniforms. And they're going to pass the ball back and forth. And all I want you to do is look at those 4 basketball players and count how many times they pass the ball back and forth. And I'm going to give you a hint. The answer is somewhere between 9 and 15 passes. And if you went more than 15, then you had too much coffee. If you counted less than 9, then you're probably asleep. So we're going to do this together on the count of 3. I'm going to have you watch this, then we're going to come right back. It's only 25 seconds, so everybody go ahead and press play. Watch the video. Count the basketball players. Go.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Go! I'm not seeing anything on my screen.
13.
Wow. Who guessed 13?
I did!
I got it.
Outstanding. Okay. So did anybody get a number different than 13? Good. 13 happens to be the correct number. Now what I'd like you to do is go to slide 8. And there's another video there. But this time, what I want you to watch for, it's the exact same video. But as you were counting those, there was actually a 6'6" moonwalking bear that slowly went across the center of the screen. It paused for a moment in front of the screen and looked you straight in the face and then kept on going. So what I want you to do this time on the awareness test is on slide 8 is let's go ahead and play that again. So everybody go ahead who can press play again. It's just a 30-second video and play. But this time look for the moonwalking bear.
The answer is 13.
I don't know why I can't see the video
But
at all.
did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go! Oh, I see it. I see it. Wow.
I did not see it.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
So that's the same thing.
How many people now saw the moonwalking bear?
I did.
Good. How did you possibly miss the moonwalking bear when we first looked at it? I'll tell you how
were
you
not
missed
focused
it.
on it.
You weren't focused on it. That's exactly right. Your awareness was on the counting how many times the white team passed the ball back and forth on that. So your awareness is very important. What you focus on expands. And if you're focused from your perspective on a certain particular area in your life, you're going to miss a lot of things that are blatantly in front of you, including outrageous things like moonwalking bears. And that moonwalking bear was not going fast. It came right through, paused, looked at you, and kept on going. It's almost impossible to miss when you look at it again. Let's go to slide number 9, please. And on slide number 9, I've got a little cartoon there. And this cartoon really represents where I've led the majority of my life and where some areas of my life I'm still at. And it states at the bottom on there, well, he started at the bottom and he found it to be his comfort zone. For the majority of my life, and still in some areas of my life, my comfort zone is in the bottom on that. So what I'm going to do tonight, and if anyone who's ever worked with me one-on-one knows that what I like to do is gently push you outside of your comfort zone to get you to wake up for a minute so that you have some awareness of what's going on around you. And in that moment of awareness, you can go, oh, that's what I need to do. Or, oh, that's what I need to do to get to the next level. So I've got to get you outside of your stuff that you're in right now in order to make it to the next level, in order to make that change on here. And while you're in that new awareness and that new perspective, that's when you can actually step up and start to put conditions into place to make substantial and permanent changes in the areas that you want to do. Now, I've also learned through trial and error that true change, that is transformational change, where you will evolve from where you are now to another person, involves a lot of frustration. It involves even provocation. It involves being able to challenge yourself in areas of your life where maybe you don't know if you can handle it at the time. That's why it takes a what, no matter what, attitude. And every time anybody has ever transformed, where they've gone from a lower version of themselves to a higher version of themselves, there were many moments when they didn't know whether they were going to make it through. It was so uncomfortable. It was so painful. Everything seemed to be working against them. And they just got all kind of weirded out here. Now, your comfort zone, and the way that I view a comfort zone, it's a largely self-created, kind of like a prison. And you can walk out anytime you want. It's a self-made. And it's built through a collection of your limiting beliefs. Your beliefs of the must-nots, the beliefs of how you think you operate in the world, and the things you can and cannot do. And these things have been built over a lifetime and reinforced. In a sense, you've trained yourself to get to the place where you are right now. And all change, no matter what, takes place outside of your comfort zone. If we go to the next slide, slide 10, the brake light. You know, if you've ever pulled out of the driveway on your way to work in the morning, been kind of in a hurry, just pull out of your driveway and you just start to get down your street and you notice your car's got a little bit of a drag to it, what is that at that moment right there that's causing that drag in the car? You forgot that you had the emergency brake on. And what do you do in that moment when you've got the emergency brake on? Do you press on the gas a little bit harder? No. You simply release the emergency brake. And when you release the emergency brake, what happens is that the car all of a sudden goes faster, sometimes twice as fast, without any extra energy, without any extra effort. And the challenge is that many of us have our own emergency brake on, and they're built with these limiting beliefs that we have about our life and how we fit in this world and what's possible, what we can and cannot do, and the must and the must-nots. These are our limiting beliefs. These are our psychological emergency brakes. A lot of times we just leave that emergency brake on, and what we do is we imply will. We go, I'm going to get this done. I'm so motivated. So instead of releasing the emergency brake, you just apply more will, and that is you put your foot down on the gas pedal.